people are starting to discover Montenegro.
We are very happy to be here, exactly in this site, and enjoy the hospitality of Montenegrin people who are amazing.
Here we are on the ancient archaeological site called Duklja or Doclea, a Roman town that was founded here in the 1st century after the Christ. The town experienced maybe its biggest prosperity during the 4th century, and it lasted all the way until the 7th century. In the early ages, it was the town that was included in the province Dalmatia, Roman province Dalmatia. Then in the 3rd century, it becomes a center of the Roman province Prevalis, that is the equivalent of the today's Montenegro. It was 2 streets, Cargo and Decumanis, that are cutting under the right angle, and also there were small thermas, big thermas. They had a water supply system that was actually brought here 13 kilometers from this place by aqueduct that was built from the river Cievna. During its biggest prosperity, the town had more than 10,000 people living in this area. In the place where we are standing, this is the main square called Forum at the time, we had here small shops where they were selling. I found one record, historian record, where they were saying in Rome that was very famous Doclea cheese. Olives were growing here in the surroundings. Wine was important because here, even nowadays, we have 4 wineries in the surroundings of Duklja. But definitely this is for the archaeology of Montenegro, for the tourism of Montenegro and tourism of Podgorica, of course, one of the most important archaeological sites. Many things to see and many things to visit in Montenegro, and really everything is accessible only in a few hours. So in the small tiny European Balkan country you could experience a lot of wild and untouched beauty.
All of my stress is gone immediately.
Risan is the oldest town in the Boka.
In Boka Bay.
Yes, the Boka Bay, yes. But Risan is special and have a rich history. Here you can see 7 mosaics. Construction is built 2007 to provide like a villa was. We think that was villa from 2nd century AD, and the owner was a rich Roman family, rich Roman soldier. From this room, we think that was a living room. In the middle of the mosaic, you can see growing sun, symbolizing Roman Empire. This symbol looks like a table for chess or dama. Romans people like that games, something like that. This ornament, called labris, simple ornament of the labris. In the first room, this ornament come from Crete and provide the war.
This is the place where they were kind of spending most of their time, and this should symbolize in some way their everyday kind of ideas of what being Roman means. Yes. For example, we know that the Romans were very much into gambling.
Yes.
So therefore, probably we have this kind of board game.
Yes,
and they were very much not in gambling and as much as in board games. So we have a board game. We have a symbol of the Roman Empire. And
or dama.
Yeah.
And the important mosaic of this villa is in bedroom. In the middle, you can see a figure. A figure in the middle is a god of sleep, Hypnos. From the legend, Hypnos was god of sleep, his father was Nyx, god of dark, and his twin brother was Thanatos, god of death. The youngest daughter of the Zeus, Charita, was promised him.
And you're saying that Risan is full of the god of sleep symbols?
Yes, all in Risan called Hypnos. In Risan, people sleep well.
How is it to live in a city where the god is Hypnos? Do you feel Hypnos today, like his spirit?
Yes, we're very sleepy, very lazy all the time, but you know, that's just a prejudice. No, really. This town, it's not really a city, it's very small. It's part of a Kotor municipality. So there are not many people living here, and it's very peaceful, so maybe there's a connection to that between the god of sleep and... But Hypnos is known as a protector of this town. He's known to have protective powers, so in a way he can protect Risan from all troubles that can, you know, arrive.
And if we want to go from here and visit and get more sense of Kotor Bay before we go to Kotor,
I would definitely recommend going to Perast. It's only 3 kilometers from here, so 5 minutes by car. You can also walk, like half an hour of walk, and there you can rent a boat and visit the islands, which are really must-see, with a church and a museum. And of course, if you can rent a boat and do a cruise throughout all the bay, and then just go straight to Kotor.
The majority of people who come to Kotor come by cruise ships, but they can also come through the airport in Podgorica and the closer one but smaller one in Tivat. And the Tivat airport is like 15 minutes from here, so it's very convenient. Also they can come by private yachts, sailing boats, or by the bus, because the bus network in Montenegro is very good.
We come from Bordeaux in France. Since 1 week.
Yes, Friday.
Last Friday.
No, only for the Kotor, because we have a large view of the country, and we love this country because it's very different with the landscape are very different.
And people are friendly here. You know, we've not had any bad. We've been to some nice restaurants. We've not had any bad food. So prices are reasonable, yeah, very reasonable, yeah.
But you come from Bordeaux region, so here is also region, let's say, with that kind of Vranac, is Montenegro. So would you say?
Vranac is good. We drank a lot.
Actually, guests can expect a lot visiting Neum and Bosnia and Herzegovina as a country, because our country has so many things to offer to our guests. It is not explored and famous country so far, but we intend with all our activities that we have to be, because it has excellent geographic position, because around Bosnia and Herzegovina we have also very famous countries and destinations. And what we can see in Bosnia and Herzegovina, that really great destinations, combination of different cultures, excellent food. We have great mountains, the only place that has entrance to Adriatic Sea, and at the end what guests really like and what want value for money.
Wow, thank you.
I mean, it looks nice, it's served well, the sea is next to us.
And the beer also.
And the beer is not Bavaria, but local beer Herzegovina. Don't be, how you say, tricked by the brand.
Hercegovačko,
It's Hercegovačko, it's something else.
And I've got shrimps on buzara style.
Red buzara.
Red buzara, yes.
So I'm usually the regular meat boy, but for this occasion I want to try something slightly different.
There is a great value for money in Bosnia, because we would not say the prices, but the prices are
fair,
very friendly.
You can taste the sea.
I really like it because it's fresh, and what I even like more is the story behind the wine, actually, because you can see that the boss was he is actually by his nature a musician, and that this is done with soul, you know. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. You can taste all the freshness of the wine, and I'm not really a fan of white wines, but this one is really good. So.
Welcome to Mogorjelo, the famous, we can say famous Roman site, just 1 kilometer from town of Čapljina. The walls and the complete preservation of Mogorjelo is really spectacular, because it was discovered, we can say, by accident on their way to build a railway, Sarajevo-Ploče railway, and they just hit a small hill, and upon their digging they discovered the ruins of a Roman castrum. Wine, olives, willow trees, also all kinds of grains and crops. That's kind of what they used to produce here.
So we can assume this was produced here as
not
well?
Assume, because we
know.
We have the remains of the old tarakul that was used to press the olives into olive oils. They would stack it here, and then they would put it to amphoras or whatever they were transporting it. You can see a large furnace that was used to bake breads and all other. I think they would use it when this was a castrum for feed an army, so it's quite big. The most beautiful ornaments here are all those two orthostats, so you can see the wine and the grapes,
which is still preserved as we discovered.
Yes, they assumed that this was the blocks from the Roman Villa Rustica from the 1st century, and it was probably put somewhere on the entrance or somewhere else. But when they built the castrums, they put it here.
At the beginning, this was given to a soldier,
yes,
as a retirement villa, or
villa
would sound in our language something
extraordinary.
Yes, villa is simply a
it was given a land to him as a reward for the successful wars in Dacia. When you retire right now, you go to village and have some land, build, do some crops, or put some vegetables, some fruits, and just to enjoy your retirement.
Exactly my plan.
Yes.